In the luxury watch space, we wear watches most of the times for reasons that are anything but time reading, time telling, time keeping, or time tracking. As strange and weird it sounds, there is one amazing thing about humans. That is, they all admire, appreciate, acknowledge and recognize art and workmanship. And then from the same ability to respect the art, there are attributes of engineering, display of art, and mastery and dexterity in watchmaking that simply don't go unnoticed, unappreciated, and unadmired. In the luxury watch world, we many times wear and enjoy watches simply to appreciate the experience they have to offer. Sometimes we wear them to tell our story of who we are and how we acquired these masterpieces after years of chasing them. And then many times we wear these watches to remember our life's milestones, memories and stories. These fine watches last longer than human lives, and then when we are no longer around, these watches tell the generations after us who they belonged to and how they were loved and looked after. When you consider all the above attributes of watchmaking and fine watches, they are almost a synonym to timelessness, versatility, and longevity in their flesh, function, and form. You cannot associate memories with a watch that is only going to last a year or two. You cannot relate a watch with your life's milestone if it is not going to last longer than your own life. You simply cannot look back at the photos from decades ago and take pride in the watch you are wearing if it died soon after that photo or a memory was taken. This is precisely where it is almost critical to have these core attributes of timelessness and longevity in a luxury watch, or let's say in a watch made to last for generations. Many of us then also purchase or admire a watch purely because of the story and the history they carry, and this is where the Omega Speedmaster ticks every box for a luxury watch and to be a timepiece that lasts longer than many human lives. Its design from decades ago is timeless and makes it an icon that it is today. You see a Speedmaster from 10 meters away and you instantly know what you are looking at. The story of Moonwatch and how it inspires and drives many of us, and rightfully so. The Omega Speedmaster is not a watch that just allowed the space mission to happen, but also saved human lives in the aborted trip to Moon. I discussed a more detailed story and history in my video of Speedmaster Snoopy 50th anniversary model. So if you are interested to know more about it, the link to my video is on the top right corner of your screen. Let's get it straight and let's get it right. Omega Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch is a watch that many dream and desire for years, while appreciating looking at its photos and saving up from their hard-earned money before they are able to purchase one. A watch so historic, iconic, timeless and everlasting is rather not purchased, it is earned and then cherished for decades before it's passed down to next generation, and then it almost becomes a part of the family heritage. Now if you make the same watch in a disposable form and the flesh, and then the material, that is not just cheap, but is also not everlasting. You simply take away the pleasure of owning and wearing that watch. A watch that was meant to be taken pleasure of in its wear, then becomes a watch that is worn just because it is cheap, available and mass-produced. The intent of purchase changing from history, story, timelessness and recognition to affordability, accessibility, mass production and the cheaper price tag. in doing the watch not just cheaper in price and materials, but also the movement, the luxury and the pleasure of joy that comes with wearing a high-end watch is taken away and lost. A watch that was originally made to be manually wound so it could operate on the moon is now made in quartz. A watch that was originally made from steel to give it a tool form is now made from plastic, or as they say, bioceramic. A watch that was originally made to last for generations is now made to just look like it, although it lacks every core attribute that made the original watch the icon it is today. What is it called when we pretend to be something that we are not? It is not the accessibility and affordability that make these masterpieces the sought-after creations they are. It is rather the opposite. It is the exclusivity and the prestige that define their collectability, desirability, and the value. If everyone can have it all for a price of cheapest Swiss luxury watch, it's no more exclusive, and it's no more a sign of memory that can be showcased for the rest of our lives or passed down to next generation. Omega collaborating with Swatch to do a MoonSwatch seems to be a failure for Omega to give up the exclusivity and the class of Speedmaster, and yet it's a success for Swatch as they've got the case shape, the looks, the dials and even the name, MoonSwatch, that otherwise took lifetime for Omega to earn and achieve for Moonwatch. Why did Omega give that away is not something I can understand, but I hope and wish and truly believe that no other luxury brand would ever do that. I feel Omega this time paid the price for not being an independent brand, and they had to give their prestige, name, repute, looks and timeless design to Swatch, being owned and commanded by them. A collaboration that takes away your exclusivity in the luxury watch world is almost a synonym for a fall. If you look at a photo of Moonwatch next to MoonSwatch and you have to spend a while to pick up which one is Omega and which one is Swatch, you know that there is something fundamental that's gone very wrong for one watch and very right for the other.